Hey everyone, Dr. Troy Dukowitz here, and this is your Monday office moment. And what we're talking about today is we're still rolling on this theme of a Disney-style practice. We're going to talk about paying attention to detail. So we've talked about the culture, and we've talked about the attitudes and beliefs of the culture that we want to create. Now we're talking about the details. What are the aesthetic details that are being missed in your business? Do you have dust on the top of some of your posters or picture frames in your office? Do you have those vents where when people lay down and they look up, they can see the vent and there's dust in the vent? I'll never forget a patient asking me, "Hey doc, who cleans your office?" And I'm like, "Why?" And they said, "Because they're missing that." Wah, wah, wah. I was devastated. And there was a ton of dust up there and it was horrible. And so when we were done that day, I actually got up there myself and cleaned it out. But it was a detail. Like there's so many details that we take for granted in our businesses. Maybe it's your chairs and the little bit of dust that accumulates behind a chair if you have tile floors. Maybe it's the little cobwebs that are in the corner that nobody seems to be tending to. I know, it sounds gross, right? But there are attentions to details in the aesthetics and how our office looks, in the paint, in the doors, in the door jams, in safety, and like putting the little plug covers into the plug holes. You want a family practice? Then if you have any live outlets in your office, you better covering them up with those little plug holes so that no kids can put their fingers in those sockets. There's details. Where in your business do you need to be paying attention to the details? And here's how you do this. You simply walk through your business and you look at, literally, we're doing aesthetics first. So look at the aesthetics, the appearance of your office first. Walk through and take a look where we need to be paying more attention to details and then define who's going to take care of these. Then we have to look from a what? Procedural standpoint. Doctor, when you're adjusting the patient, what are some details that you might be missing while adjusting? Maybe forgetting to have an educational conversation, maybe forgetting to answer a question that they might have had. Maybe you keep forgetting. You tell them that you're going to give them an article and you keep forgetting to get that article. So maybe it's just interjecting a new procedure there to make sure that they're going to start getting articles. If you tell a patient they're getting an article, you're going to pay attention to this detail and you're going to make sure that they get the freaking article. Or maybe if you have this referral process you're all excited about and you keep talking to people about referrals, but you have no follow-up system to it, so you keep losing people on the back end. So we're going to have a system where we have a checklist, a check sheet at the front desk, and in every team meeting, staff is going to share, hey, these are the 5 people coming in this week who told us they had referrals. We need to follow up with them. There's small details that we need to start sweating and paying attention to these details. And the more we pay attention to these details, the better service we're going to provide. And again, it's one of those things where it might sound like a lot of work, but ultimately we're creating more work for ourselves when we're not paying attention to details. So take a look. This is one of those tasks where it kind of goes through the week. Walk through the office with your team. Each person should be responsible when they look at their workstation and what they do. So if I'm the doctor, here's what I do and I work on throughout the course of every single day. What are the details that I seem to be missing? Front desk, what are the details we seem to be missing? Are we making those first visit phone calls for patients? Are we sending them an email with the intake form on them and welcoming them to the office with open arms? Are we sending the first visit card to them? Are we taking pictures of kiddos when they get adjusted and sending them a personalized card with their picture on it for their first adjustment? Where are the details that maybe you were doing once before and you stopped doing them? And especially with these details, there are things that could go back to what we talked about a week ago, which is exceeding the expectations of our patients as they come into our office. So you can see how these all intertwine and they connect. They all come back to the boom. Exceeding expectations, they all come back to that. So take a look right now, go through your office, or you can sit there as a team and do it. You don't have to do it every day. You can sit there as a team meeting today and just walk through the office together, and then procedurally, people go look, new patients, reported findings, existing patients, reevaluations, re-signs, and look at phone calls and look at, we've talked phone calls here. We just did a small series on that, but take a look at some of the details that seem to be getting missed. When I say this, here's the thing. Some of you already know the details that are getting missed. Doctors know it, staff knows it. Identify those first, but there are other details that we're missing that might even have a greater and deeper impact. So don't just one-off this and be like, oh, we got it, or don't think, oh, we're great, because the minute you start to think you're great, details start sliding past the goalie, and we end up losing the game. So that's all I've got for you here today. Dr. Troy Dukowitz, this has been your Monday Office Moment. Have a great week. Bye-bye. Oh, yeah. Don't forget, comment down below and what's your takeaway. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.